many technical issues that I need to work out. Okay, so I have a mic on. If I can get this thing to work, I'm going to find a better spot for it. But if it's still glitchy, let me know. I really want my audio to be good. But I want my audio to be good on my iPad, and now my iPad wasn't letting me go live. I'm not sure what's happening today. All the things. I'm over it. Also, our Wi-Fi is not that strong, so maybe that's what's going on too. It's an overcast day. I'm not sure what's happening. How's this sound? You guys are going to be up close and personal with my random singing. Hey, Melissa. How are we sounding? Hey, Clarita. Hey, Katie. I don't know why I almost called you because you said good morning. Okay. Good morning. Welcome to the replay. If you guys are watching the replay, I'm Auntie Tay. If you guys are new here, that's who I am. If you're not, welcome back. I've missed you. I'm in my studio that is half done. Sounds good. Good. Okay. It sucks. It didn't work. You sound muffled. So this is why everyone does this. And I know it sounds fine like this, but what I'm thinking is if this is the case, this is dumb. What's the point of having this if I'm going to be holding it, Like, so if this sounds better, my thoughts are I DIY it into something that sits on like a stand, or I just get myself a microphone. Like, what at that point? Like, I just need a professional microphone. So if this sounds better, let me know. I do really want to talk about the topic today. It might be a pre-show to a more fancier one. You sound fine now. Definitely sounds better closer to you. Okay. Well, I think what I need to do is if I'm going to hold it like this, I'm either going to need to get myself a microphone or we're going to have to doctor this one up. Because it just looks dumb holding a clip mic to your mouth. Obviously, it means this thing isn't doing what it's supposed to do. So, I can't with you, says Barbara. Listen, I'm learning these things because I want to know how to make your content really good. And if I can't make my content really good, I could film. This is why I do voiceovers, honestly, because making audio and visual sound good together is a whole beast. Are we back? Are we here? Plus, having a microphone held up to my mouth, I mean, I might have to break out in some like show tunes or something. You're in my earbuds, so either way sounds good to me. I mean, I could obviously take this out and the only problem is I'm on my phone, so the audio is going to be decent either way. It's not horrible, but it's better. You can't even craft like that, right? I know. So like maybe we just do the whole Britney Spears thing and like we do. I mean, I could get behind having a mic like that because that might put a little pep in my step to create more fun videos. You need a Britney Spears. Exactly. I might be lagging. We might be on the same page because I know you guys, we all think very similarly. A little ADHD, a little new idea, right? Okay, let's talk about the prompt today, which is where to sell your DIY. See, okay, am I a news anchor? Yeah. Okay. It might pull a whole different side out of me if I had a head mic. Only if you also do the steps. Oh yeah, like I can only do the steps with a head mic. Like you can't dance without the head mic. So that would just be annoying for you guys. Because I'm not annoying at all today with all of my tech issues. All over the page. Squirrel. Yep. Okay, so if you guys are new here and you're stuck through 4 minutes of me talking about randomness, most of the people in my chat are my business members. They show up all the time, and I'm so grateful for them. And I'm starting to do these prompts on YouTube so that way I can help let other people know this is what we do in the business membership, and we deep dive and we build the community of businesses. And something I'm really trying to work on this year is making sure that everything I've learned over the last, okay, guys, if you watched yesterday's live video, I was rewatching to hear audio and stuff, and I was like, okay, first of all, you're not 35. Get over yourself. I'm 39. 9 almost in a couple months. So I was like, my math isn't mathing. I definitely have been on the internet for more than 10 years. And then I realized, oh, it's because I was thinking I was 35 and I'm not. I'm 30, I'm almost 39. So not that that's a huge jump, but it is, you know. So excited to join the Zoom tonight, says Melissa. Me too. I'll be at the studio making more things. But let's at least answer some of the question that I put on here, which is where to sell your DIYs. And I'm going to definitely do a more professional cut video of this topic. But Etsy, Shopify, Wix, eBay. That's why I really wanted to have Tiff on here today, which I will figure that out. But Tiff sells on eBay. She actually owns an entire eBay business in my warehouse. Her warehouse, she rents part of the same area I rent. We have a joint space now, and she doesn't do DIYs though on eBay. So I was like, while eBay is a great place to sell, is it a place to sell DIYs? I don't think so. But maybe it is. Maybe we haven't tapped into a new thing. Are you guys getting sick of me? You do not have to follow me everywhere I go. You guys, I'm doing public research for you. Like everyone jumped on the TikTok bandwagon, but I was like, guys, you really don't have to do this. I'm just learning it so that I have it in my pocket to tell people about. Um, why I can't take you. The head bob is killing me. I actually sell stuff on eBay. Barbara, but do you sell DIYs on eBay? Your soap, would it be good? Does branding work when you sell a brand on eBay? Are people going to, would it be a great place for you to outsource, not outsource, but sell to the masses so that they can sell on eBay? I don't know. I don't know. That's a whole can of worms, a whole beast that we will have to unpack because there are many platforms and there are many places to sell. One of the reasons I really want to revamp all the content and all of the resources I have for you guys is because in person events are so fun. And whether you're going for money or not for money, I love in person events. I love getting people together. I love meeting people in person. I love giving the squeezes, the huggies. Um, I love just like you just connect on such a personal level when you do in-person events. And if that's your thing, that's your thing. I love that. I want to use my love for that to help you grow in your love for it. If that's not your thing, that's fine too. But someone just commented Etsy, Fair, District, eBay, website, Fair. It's a wholesale website. I am seeing DIY businesses blow up by selling on Fair. So again, it's another thing I got to learn and make sure. I was bummed that I didn't actually go, but last week they had the Fair marketplace in San Francisco. I really wanted to go to pick some people's brains, but I put that on my 2026 docket because I was like, "Listen, lady, you're doing way too much. Sit down." So, I had to tell myself that. But Fair will be a definite place that I want to deep dive and learn. Um, Also, it's a great place to buy other resources for possibly your online boutiques or your in person boutiques. But that's another one. Opening your own place, renting a space from somebody who already has a space and has little cubbies, or we have um, a really cool shop in kind of local, not local to me, nothing's local to me anymore, that offers you by the square foot, you can rent space and do your own stuff. Now, we are working really hard on branding and learning your target audience and all of the things, but it's really up to you where you want to show up. Do you want to show up in all of these places? Do you want to show up in only one of these spaces? We also have District, which does not only have Shop Auntie Tay on it. We have Shop Auntie Tay, which my business members get to sell on Shop Auntie Tay, unlimited listings, no listing fee, but it's a brand new platform. But District is where it hosts it, and there are other platforms on District as well. Maybe you sell antiques, maybe you sell plants. I'm not gonna lie. Yes, this is a DIY video, and yes, we will be fine tuning DIY and how to work DIY. But let me tell you, I have watched people make thousands of dollars selling plants. I was like, what? That's crazy. But is your platform the right platform? So that's something we will dive into as a business member, where you should actually be selling, and kind of come up with a strategic way that that works. I'm also working on systems and processes for each thing, each platform. Hence why I'm deep diving each platform, and trying to learn the best way to tackle it, get on there, and not consume your entire time. Because honestly, as a business owner, our goal is to make as much passive income as we can. Okay. One of the reasons we are going to be tapping into digital products. I really want to know the best platforms to sell digital products. I really want to know how to stream those for you guys and find that space for you guys. Obviously, digital products aren't going to do that great in the in-person world, but I am coming up with a cool gap bridger for that option. So, working on something in the background. See how I had to tell myself not to go to the fair market? I'm literally doing a lot of stuff in here on my papers that I write on. Um, TJS also buys from local businesses, and sometimes takes more time as long as you are working towards your goal. Walmart is also getting into wholesale. What? Like you can buy from Walmart wholesale? Melissa says, love in person events. And I have personally done an in person event with Melissa, and Melissa is cut out of the God mold for in person events. I dream of having Melissa with me on every in-person event I do. She's literally there's some people who aren't. There's some people, and that's okay. There are some people who are like, I'm super into building websites. So I want to build viral websites. Okay. Then there's some people who are like Melissa, who are like, I'm going to be friends with every single person at this event by mid-afternoon. That's just how she is. And I love it. I can go between both. Honestly, I'm one person 1 second and another person another second. We want to see your progress. Yeah, sharing your progress is super important. It's not important, but it's a really cool concept that gets your audience involved. Welcome to my unfinished craft room. Who knows how long it's going to look like this? LOL, I am there. Yeah, Melissa's always down for a fun time. And she's launching a really fun website, Instagram business. I'm not sure what we're doing, but we're going to chat about it on Zoom today. And I'm really excited to see what you do in your next chapter. I've been trying to get my space set up so it's better area to work, says Jennifer. Perfect. That's part of our homework we gave last week, is setting up our space. One of the things we're doing before my new curriculum comes out is I am kind of just all over the place with my business members, challenging them to do all these things. And we're really testing. They might be a little overwhelmed right now because they're probably like, you're kind of throwing at us. But I'm like, hold on, scratch that, reverse that. Make sure you have this set up and this set up and this set up. So while I'm doing that to them, I am also writing it down, putting it in order. Like, okay, don't make them do this until they've done this. Don't make them do this until they've done that. So I love them. They bear with me. I don't have to bear with them because they are literally amazing A students. I have all A students right now. Like 10 out of 10, all students doing their homework. It's like we don't have a back row. Everyone's sitting in the front row right now. MySpace was a total disaster. Yeah, and it's your space being a disaster is not good for productivity, and it's also not good for your mental clarity. And we really do need mental clarity when it comes to business. Um, the thing I like about this is it makes me not yell at my camera, because sometimes I feel like I have to like yell at the camera. So I feel like we're just chatting over some coffee, even though I don't have a coffee. So this video probably is a hot mess today because we had a lot of tech issues and we were trying to do some techie stuff to figure it out. But that could be a good indicator that I need to do more in-person events where there's less tech sometimes. We are good at redirecting. Yes. So Kelly, you have a crown and a number 1 next to you, which I don't even know what that means anymore. So thank you for whatever that means. Top fan, you're actually number 1 right now. So, I'm going to answer your question, which let's get your space not a natural disaster, not a total disaster. Sorry, it wasn't a natural disaster. Because if it's a natural disaster, that's one thing. We can at least blame the big guy upstairs. So, but, and that's a thing too. It's like things happen where our space is not always going to be ready and put together and perfect. Like it's a transition. Um, yeah. Bring Britney vibes. I mean, don't get me started. I spent a fair share. We had a VHS. I mean, we talked about this on TikTok yesterday. The nostalgia of the telephone and slamming it on people when we were upset. Um, can I tell you, I used to do VHS karaoke, and I definitely had the Britney Spears one. I definitely did. So I do know a lot of her. They were her. I think it was like her first album. So I could do a couple of her songs if I really had to. But I also did what's her name? You guys don't know because you don't know what I'm thinking. um My Heart Will Go On was my favorite song. I can't even sing it anymore. I had vocal cords as a kid because I was loud. I've toned it down a bit as an adult, so now my vocal cord range is actually not as strong. Celine Dion, thank you. Did a little Celine Dion, did a little not Janis Joplin, the other one, the In the Arms of an Angel. So, anyways, but we are going to get going to the studio. So, where to sell? We will talk more about this. You guys, if you're rewatching the replay and you want to put some comments down below, if you stuck through this really weird, dumb video that kind of had some insight, let me know any thoughts on some marketplaces. Okay, so let me just give you a rundown so that I can clip this and put it on my TikTok eventually. Uh, we, you can definitely do all the marketplaces. So you've got Michael's Marketplace, you have eBay, you have Etsy, you have Fair, which is for wholesalers only. You have what else? What else? Facebook Marketplace, which you know what? I do love Facebook Marketplace. Let me keep the list going, then I'm going to talk a little about Facebook Marketplace. In-person events. Now that's a whole beast of its own. You're going to have to find your local events. You might want to do some of the bigger events. You might want to do some market events, literal market events where like Michael's is going to buy your stuff. And that means you're going to have to do things professionally and you're going to need to learn how to get things manufactured and printed. And luckily, hopefully, that's going to start booming in the US in the next decade because I really do hope that, there are people jumping on this whole tariff situation and saying it's a great time to start a factory or it's a great time to start my printing business because um, now it's going to be more accessible for people to buy in the US because our prices are going to be about the same. Um, okay, so, and Barbara, I'd love to pick your brain. I'd love to actually bring you on just for a specific like wholesale if you're up for that on anything that you do personally in your life because I know you deal with that a lot. Uh, you just said no, and then you said yes. So I'm not sure what the no's to, what the yeses to, but you'll have to let me know later. So, the Facebook Marketplace. I feel like that's such a fun gap between digital and in person. You can meet up with people in a safe space. I love shopping on Marketplace. I am obsessed with shopping on Marketplace. It's my number one place I shop because I don't buy a lot of stuff. But when I do, it's going to be a used chair that needs some fabric on it or something fun. But actually, I bought the girls there, which is something you would buy on Etsy. But because I didn't want to wait for shipping, I went on Facebook Marketplace and there was this lady making their first day of school banners. And I didn't want to make one myself. And they were super cute and they were like $5. And so I just did a porch pickup and got those. So there are so many places. I would say Craigslist, but let's stay away from that. I'm not deep diving it. Yeah, it could be a good place, but no. Remember, there was like, yeah, no. Facebook Marketplace is the new Craigslist. Craigslist, does anyone ever use it anymore? I think maybe for jobs and other bad things. So, to helping the community understand the current importing situation. Yeah. So, I know some people don't want to geek out on that stuff, but as a small business owner and somebody who has constantly outsourced products, and newsflash, if any of your favorite products favorite businesses all of a sudden are like, we have to change our prices because of tariffs. Now, moving forward, it's going to be a little bit harder to tell, but anyone who had to do something, you're like, I know where you're getting your stuff from. If they've ever claimed, not the saying that's a bad thing, just saying that if they've claimed we're American made or we're American distributed or whatever, but then all of a sudden they had to go up because of tariffs, there may be a part of them that is outsourcing their products from a country that is where everyone outsources their products from. So if you're comparing things to Shein and you're like, well, I just don't buy off of Shein, it's like you're buying from Shein no matter where you're buying stuff from. Um, Not always. Obviously, there are some people. And the good indicator is if they were like, we're not stopping our production because we were hand making our stuff. But I'm all about outsourcing when is needed. And things definitely need to be outsourced, like your packaging and your containers and things like that. But there are going to be US based ones coming up more and more now because the market will be there. Granted, we stick with this and it doesn't get overchanged and all the things. So, I'll be selling some of my machines on Facebook. Yes, you will be, Jennifer. Actually, that's probably the best place to sell your machines. That's where I sell my machines. Um, and we actually, so if I don't know if I've ever said this, but in one of the rooms at my studio, it's Dustin's eBay room. So we have Tiff's eBay warehouse, we have Dustin's eBay room, and then we have my studio that's slowly getting smaller. But he has a whole room of pool supplies. And he often will sell those on Marketplace because they're big and it costs a lot to ship them. Seems like the new thing is American assembled. Yes, there's a lot of companies that use American assembled or designed in America, or there's a lot of words. It's like natural flavors, you know? Hmm. So, made in America is different than designed in America, is different than what you said. Assembled in America, yes, because everything I own is assembled in America when I DIY it. But does that mean I didn't buy the fabric from a company that, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, seems like so which if you're buying products from to DIY your product and those products are being outsourced from other places, it's still made in America, but your materials are not made in America. So I don't know. There has to be some sort of disclaimer for that or whatnot. But if you're going that route, it's like everything is going to be eventually said that it wasn't made here until it is made here. And that's where our younger crowds need to see an opportunity and say, hey, it's a big opportunity right now to start a factory or something that does makes nuts and bolts. Use my 3D printers to make things that people would buy. All the things. That's what's cool about these machines is like they are going to open up the opportunity for people to learn different trades that when they were to get if they were to get into industrial size machines, they would have their hands on small machines in the beginning. So I like it. I'm proud of you for just showing up and doing the work. You are amazing, says Jennifer. Or Barbara says that to Jennifer. Yes, Jennifer, you are doing amazing. And um, we do have a lot, but because you have so many machines, you have so many opportunities to jump in and start. And don't sell all your machines. We're going to use some of those machines. So, but we're going to get rid of some that we haven't used in a while. Yes, and we need to talk more about all of this. So it's a beast to think about where you can sell, but the great thing is it doesn't hurt to try to sell all everywhere, but not everywhere because when we're building our websites, the more you guys watch these prompts or listen to them or hang out with me, you're going to see that my ultimate goal is for you to be selling on your own platform, your own website. So Shopify versus Etsy or Wix versus Etsy, your platform is king. Okay. And you guys know my domain rule. That's because your domain is king. You would point your domain wherever you want it to go. We talk a lot about that and help you guys get that set up in the business membership. But you get your domain, you send that to wherever you want to send it. But ideally, our goal is your brand. Your brand is the one growing attention, awareness, so that if they see your brand on eBay, if they see your brand in Michael's, if they see your brand in the local market, in the stores, in the boutiques, they're starting to grow recognition for you and what you do. And then they go, oh, I want to follow that girl on Etsy or TikTok or wherever because I love her designs, or I love her art, or I love her tutorials, or whatever you're ending up doing. I have a love hate with Etsy, says Melissa. Yes, and Melissa has been doing Etsy for a very long time, and I would love to have you in to pick your brain about Etsy and just thoughts on that. So, my business members, I would love to see where you guys are experts and pick your brains, but at the same time, like, see how, you guys are going to be utilizing those things to grow your businesses, and or I don't know, use them in your business, because some of you guys have these skills because of jobs that you work and stuff too. So, it all goes unwasted, everything we do. Pick my brain, says Barbara. I would love to. You have so much insight creatively and educationally. I just love hearing all the things you have to talk about. Karen says, I came late. What kind of machines are you talking about? I'm actually not talking about any machines, really. We have a business member who is trying to figure out which machines are the most important to keep around for her business. She's got a lot of different machines. And so we've kind of been breaking down which machines are going to hold her back and you back, the machines that can jump you in as quick as possible. And real life is hitting for everyone who has DIY or DIY business. So having the right machines that are the safest for your family, whether you work in the house and you have pets and small children, versus machines that need a air ventilated space. Like, does that make any sense? Trying to kind of share where she's at without, talking about her personally, but just that's the thing is we all have done this. We get the shiny new things because I talk about them. And I'm like, so it's really, I mean, that's why I came out with the I'm frustrated video, because I am frustrated with my audience who has been told these machines are great and then they just get left hanging because there's so many machines on the market, and us creators and educators can't keep up. Because no, I have said no to about 5 laser emails. Not lasers I actually want, lasers I don't want, because there are so many diode lasers on the market. So now I have created kind of like a checklist of things. I'm like, does it have a camera? Nope, you're automatically out. Does it have a protection shield? Nope, automatically out. Is it a diode laser? I'm over them. I've got enough of them. Yes, it does. So you were talking about laser printers, 3D printers. Yes and no, like sublimation printers, 3D printers, lasers, anything Crickets. So let's not, I mean, I'm just saying all the machines, heat presses. So like you guys just really need one good heat press, unless you were to have like millions of orders and you would need an assembly line and you need more than one heat press. You really just need one good one that does it all. And you don't need a, I mean, obviously there's like tumbler presses that you might need if you do tumblers, and then there's the phone press if you do phones. But it's, you know we're really going to start breaking it down and just being like, when does this machine pay itself off? How many would you need to sell for it to pay itself off? And is it sitting just taking up space? Because that is no longer serving you nor your space. And the more space you have to be able to use as productivity, the more money you can make. And so that's the goal. I think she may have been asking what machines you were getting rid of, possibly. Oh, maybe. Yeah, if you want to connect with each other, Shannon, you might want to put that out there. Not Shannon, Jen. Why did I just read Shannon? Jen, you might want to put that out there, what machines you got, because other people might be willing to buy them in our community. So thank you for the clarification. Yes, also sublimation printers. Yeah, so many machines on the market. And while all are good and all can do things and all can make you money, if you have too many of them, or if you're overwhelmed and you haven't been able to jump into any of them, me speaking as well, like I have so many that I can't make a tutorial because I can. That's an excuse, but I'm overwhelmed. I'm like, do I start with that machine to do a tutorial? Do I start with that machine to do a tutorial? Which one's my favorite? And it might be my favorite, but is it something I need to put on the internet? Um, is it going to be your guys' favorite? Might not be. So we're all in this together. We're all thinking hard about what's the most important next steps for us in small business. But platforms are super important to know where you're going to ultimately be putting your products. because it comes down to how are your photos going to look on that, how are we going to brand that platform? Every platform needs its own special branding. So we're going to be deep diving all of those things, and I'm going to try to be as educated. If not me, I'm going to try to have someone around me who is, so that way I can outsource the knowledge to somebody else who could help with that, because I'm one person. I can only know so much, and new platforms are constantly popping up. So it might leave for opportunity for me to have other people join in the conversation and help you guys. So I know what you're talking about. I have 5 sewing machines. Yes. So if the rule of that, and we'll probably do a prompt that's talking about like startup investments and or finding money to put into your startup, or refuel. If you already have a business started and you have all the stuff you need, like what else can you do to fund yourself so that you can start turning that into some profit? And that's one of those things is surveying how much you have and what you are no longer using or what is not being utilized for your business, and selling it and reinvesting that back into yourself, back into the business, so that we can double that and double that and double that. Compound interest that stuff, instead of just say, oh, I'm going to be spending money to, or I'm going to sell some stuff to go on a vacation. Well, that's all great and dandy. The vacation's not going to pay for itself again and again and again. If we reinvest it back into our business, it could pay for 3 vacations in 3 years instead of 1 now. And I'm totally saying that out of a space of, if you need a vacation with your family, do it for that too. There's a big like self-surveying. Are you in a season where it's okay to not be investing in your business? Like buying your mystery box, says Jennifer. Yes, the mystery box ships on Friday. Buy 3. No, honestly, our mystery box is not designed for people to make money with it. And so while that is technically what I would say is that in your personal blow money budget? Um, do you have that on the side for funness? Because honestly, the way I designed the mystery box was, yes, it's a part of my business, but um, Disney World funds, yes. And okay, so let me just not be a Debbie Downer here. Okay. The goal is to have your business booming. Okay. So that you can start putting more fun money in your fun account than you would if your business wasn't booming. Okay. So let's not get it twisted. Just like Dave Ramsey says, don't call the junk car the Dave car, call the Ferrari the Dave car. Because you drove the junk car for so long that you were able to get the Ferrari. If you didn't drive the junk car, you would have never got the Ferrari. That's what I'm saying. If we don't invest in our businesses and we don't take our time important and wisely and pick the right platforms and utilize the platforms correctly, we're not going to have the fun money. We might, but we might be doing it out of scarcity and not being able to, and having a anxiety attack the entire time because we are not in a financial space where we can do that. I'm just going to be transparent. I'm not. So that's why I'm in 100% push mode with strategy, creativity, all the things right now. So luckily I got to have those years when my kids were younger, and now they can work and they can see how much a vacation actually costs. So here I come, Grand Floridian Hotel. Barbara, live it up, girl. Live it up. And that's the thing, is we're not going to be jealous of other people who are in seasons where they are booming, because honestly, that could just be your season to work and their season to be booming. And that's okay. And I'm in a season of work right now. I'm in a season of, what can I do? How can I work harder? No laziness around anymore. And I'm living for it. I'm finding joy in it. I'm doing any, if it wasn't bringing me joy, I probably would just have gotten a job by now and given up on this entire adventure. But it's a challenge and I'm excited for it. So all that to say, sell your machines, don't sell your machines. I don't know, but if they're not serving you, survey, can we put that money back into our business by selling it and invest into some more supplies or another product you want to launch? We're going to come up with a system for each individual product that you are going to make your own system for, and you are going to redo that system every single time you do a new product. And that's Really important to know your system, know how much that is going to cost you before you jump into it. As my scripture lovers out there, the Bible says, and I'm trying to get really better at finding the actual scripture verses and chapters and being challenged in that. But I like to quote the Bible and I love to not tell you where it's at. But if you were to Google this, you'd know exactly where it's at. But who would build a house without considering their plans first? And that's where we're going to come from in that. We are going to talk about our plans and we're going to put them on paper and we're going to make a budget before we start a new product. And does that mean, hey, I can sell that heat press for $200 and that would fund my next product that I could turn into $600? That's a no-brainer, right? Okay, so if it's not serving you, make room for something that will serve you, says Barbara. I love it. Um, Lazzarini, 100%. Lazzarini, 100%. I don't know what that means. We need to support each other in whatever season they are. And yes, Barbara's going to the Floridian Hotel. Won't tell you when, so you can't hang out with her. But hopefully we see some Mickey ears. Hopefully we see some Mickey ears. You might have a new idea for some Mickey ears here in the next couple weeks that you might be able to bring with you if you can get them done in that time. So I actually need to film the tutorial for those ears. Yes, there will be an ear kit in your mystery box. Just, I'm going to put that out there. So, I mean, it's 2 days until you guys see everything that's in it. But this new Mickey ear set is so cool. Like, I can't get over it. I'm just excited for it. And you're going to see the elements. You're going to be like, what am I supposed to do with these? So I'm like, I got to get a tutorial together for you guys because they're going to be cool. Okay. And then maybe Barbara will have you come in to do your talk and we'll make wire ears together because Barbara in Zoom the other day pulled out some wire ears. That was from a tutorial I created a long time ago and they were so nostalgic. They were so cool, but it would be fun to make some new ones because mine are falling apart. Is it a princess, a villain? Oh no. Okay. So um they are whatever you make them. That is what I'll leave that with. They're cool. They're cool and I think you'll know what I mean when you see what I mean. When you see what I mean, you'll hear what I mean. When you hear yeah. I think that actually is what I'm trying to say. So, I will explain them. I'm actually going to go to the studio right now and I'm filming what's in the box as I pack one. And that will be out on Friday with the vlog. And hopefully I can explain the ears. But ideally, I would love to get a set made for you guys. But if I don't, they will be made like by in made for you guys. I mean in a tutorial. But if not, you might have to wait for the influencers that are creating stuff to see the entire lineup of what you can do with them. So I get you. All right, I am going to get going. We are running down to the studio to pack more mystery boxes. Sorry, this prompt was all over the place today. And I also don't like the word prompt. It sounds weird, but that's what they are. So, all right. I love you guys. I'll see you guys later. Bye.